So, welcome back to Project Zomboid. I was settling down for a cozy little day of not recording and just doing foraging all day, and everything was fine until 20 in-game minutes ago. This guy started showing up. We are on day 7, and of course between day, what is it, 6 and 9, 7 and 10, at any point you can have the helicopter event. I forgot about it. We do have repeating helicopters on in this run, so this is just the first of many. And yeah, so let me actually just have a quick thought about this. So we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, right? North of us and south of us are basically just fields. There's a little farmhouse over here. I know down this road there's a little farmhouse. We had this big group of zombies somewhere along the road here. I think they were up here. So that's potentially a group that might get dragged in. And there's like the pony riding place and a couple of houses up here, so we could get something from the north. Other than that, it's fairly. I think south of us is really nothing for a long time, or at least until certain maps get updated. But yeah, now I was out foraging, as you can tell by me being out of breath and also having stuff in there. No, I think I already ditched everything from the inventory. Updates from the foraging trip in a bit, although one update is I actually found Mechanics Level 2 book of foraging. Kind of wild. Anyway, now there's the whole thing with the helicopter, where if it sees you, it will circle in a close area around you, like 50 tiles, and if it doesn't see you, it circles or flies around in an area around 100 tiles around you. So if you're visible to the helicopter, it's much more likely to be basically on top of you, attracting zombies to noise there. Otherwise, it will still drag zombies into your general area, but not necessarily right on top of you. Now, seeing you or not seeing you depends on generally, if you're inside or outside, but also if you're outside and you are in an area that's considered a forest or deep forest, you're not actually visible. Unfortunately, ever since they changed the biomes to have these kind of multi-mixed biomes, right? At the moment we are in a birch mixed forest / urban area. I have no idea if this counts as a forest in terms of being spotted by the helicopter or not. So I don't know how these mixed biomes work. I will, since I don't know when we'll get back here, grab myself. I was going to say, yeah. Drag a thing and a tree branch and just make an additional axe, and then we're gonna go on a little bit of a trip here. Like I don't want to. What did I miss now? Oh, I need 2 racks. But yeah, I want to make another axe, and then I want to quickly sit down and rest, and then we're gonna run away. I always want to check the recipe already while walking, and of course then it takes my walking keys. That second X away. A big factor will also be how long this helicopter is. Helicopter duration is random between 1 and 4 hours, as far as I remember. Oh, really unlucky. Like, I think I'm fairly certain the latest it can start is 7 PM. So we had a 6 PM start for the helicopter event. Sounds like it's flying off, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean it's over. Fully rested. It's 7:20, and it's not come back yet. So maybe we got unlucky, but then lucky again. Having this helicopter unexpectedly hitting me, unprepared, but also only lasting 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour helicopter barely moves any zombies, although there's one in the cornfield here. I don't like going into the fields. Ah, it's like a bunch of them down there. Okay. This might be so. So you seen on the map that there was a west of here. There's a little house. So I went foraging up on the road, trying to find a couple more stones and flint, and spotted that house there with a couple zombies. And yeah, so after almost a full day of foraging, I can proudly announce that we are now up to a grand total of 2 saplings for our large stick crafting needs. So, yay! Should have gotten more access. Probably. We can burn the broken branch. We put inside the zombie so it disappears. Yeah, you gotta keep a tidy area here, otherwise you're gonna find crap while foraging the whole time. You know, after getting all these clothing items from all the other zombies, I'm actually not 100% sure if we really need more of that stuff. I might have overdone it a little bit. I mentioned a few times, a little bit of the decisions I make are influenced by my previous wilderness run. And in that run, I was so much more out in the wilds, away from anything, that any zombie that I came across with their clothing was a welcome source of resources.
Hey!
Just one shot of the campaign? I don't know. Seeing anything out there? I think we do a wide trip around the base here. See if anyone else got attracted to this. So one thing, I think I mentioned that at the start of the series, one idea I had was to increase the random amount of sprinter zombies with each helicopter event. That means from tomorrow on in-game, we're gonna go to 1% sprinter. And I'm not 100% sure I'm absolutely ready for that. Yes, for correctness sake, I should mention, yes, it's gonna be runners again, not actual sprinters, because I'm too lazy to remap my sprint key, and so I'm just gonna use my run key. Not seeing anyone else being dragged in here by the helicopter. Good sign, considering that we're also getting drowsy. You've been getting any more eggs? 1 egg. Wink. You're a good chicken. You're gone, chicken. Alright, so, that all being said, we can this stuff in here, and I think there's enough stuff in here that I should definitely have a little cooking session. So let's light the fire with the splinters. Let's keep an eye on all the food. Let's see what's gonna be cooking here. I put the sugar beet in here, but I don't see... No, it does have a cooking indicator. It didn't say uncooked, so I was wondering if you can even cook it. You get the feeling that it might still make me unhappy even if it's cooked. Yeah. Yeah, turns out sugar beet, not the best thing to eat. Oh, sweet potato is gonna take a sweet time. Alright. I'm taking the unhappiness for 2 hunger reduction. Eggplant cooked, no longer giving unhappiness. I was not expecting that. Unseasoned eggplant. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Yes. You get some pets. And then helicopter stressed you out, didn't it? Alright. I think the next day we're gonna do some exploring. I want to catch up on that survivor group that we saw while getting here, and see if we can, you know, reduce the numbers. I think I'm gonna make 2 extra axes if I can. Hope I can carry those. So yeah, we have plenty of tree branches now. I did craft the hemp dogbane into twine, into a whole lot of twine, 14 spools of twine, and then turned some of the tree branches into wooden rods. And then I went here to make a stick trap. Then the game told me, oh, by the way, you don't know the recipe. So I'm actually not sure how we even, how and if we can make or get anywhere in trapping. Like every single trap needs a recipe or needs a higher level in trapping, which we can't get without trapping something for which we need a recipe. So there might be some recipes obviously have like a auto learn level, where if you reach a certain level in a skill, you learn the trap recipe. So it might be that once we reach carpentry 3, maybe we reach or learn the recipes. I am not sure. Nervously looking around before we click on the sleeping bag. We're still losing weight fairly rapidly. Thousand foraging XP. So yeah, I did do a whole lot of foraging that day. It's really was just me walking around foraging, watching a stream on the second monitor until the helicopter came. Alright. First thing we start with in the morning is eat. Do nothing but eating. I think I'll grab some of the water cans that we have, just in case we're going to be away too long from the well. We got free access, we got a little bit of water, we got a little bit of food. Let's see what that survivor zombie had in store for us. Maybe he has like some canned food. You know, corned beef, that would go a long way. Peanut butter. Oh, hang on. I didn't need to do this, right? Sandbox options. Zombie. Random sprinter amount. 1. Yeah, and then the other thing I was considering, since we're not having luck with the saplings, I think we just have to bite the bullet, build a bunch of the stone axes, and chop down trees for saplings. Which we might do very soon here. Oh. So here's the thing. There's a fence here and a fence there. They're not getting stuck on the fence, at least not yet. Yeah, I should have kept pistol. Maybe. I think it's fine to get to the rest of the deer that are up north, but also doesn't want to engage me, of course. I hide behind the tree. You don't see me. You don't see me. I'm a tree. Not actually a tree. Juked me. Okay, this is not going anywhere. Oh yeah, look at you on the other side of the fence now. Aren't you a smart deer? Maybe the survivor zombie has a pistol. I guess pistol would have definitely got us some dinner there. I'll eat some acorns instead then. Turns out hunting deer with a melee weapon only is not an easy feat. Yes, that's one thing the game is missing. You know, other ranged options outside of firearms. I know they're kind of working on arrows and bows and stuff. Throwing spears. I've not fully given up on this yet. They keep teasing me here. Also, I have no idea where the survivor zombie group was. Come on, run into the fence. Get stuck on the fence. Yeah, we kinda, I think I put on a little bit too many clothes here. Let me actually put that sweater away. And seeing that moist noodle way too often, and the fact that we're already thirsty again, even though we drank from the well this morning. I think we did. That tells me we're probably a little bit too warm here in the clothing department. Where was that survivor group? I think I don't particularly remember that road, but we also dodged them on the field, so maybe that's why I missed that road. Or maybe I just don't remember it. That looks like it could be the rest of the group. Some guys scattered over here during the helicopter, including our backpack friend. Level up, it's always a good thing. I'm not sure if that's the backpack friend, or wasn't that some guy with a... Oh, didn't he have a fire axe? Now that I'm starting to remember here. This might have been just a random other guy with a backpack in that same group. You're not the survivor, are you? Small backpack with a black marker. That's not necessarily what we're looking for. Kind of wondering if we take spare boots here. Yeah, definitely. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was the survivor guy had a fire axe, which would be kind of huge in terms of our whole quest for chopping down some trees and getting some saplings. He's no longer here in this group. Thinking I should pick up watches just for eventually getting electrical XP. Right. Now to find the guy. I saw there was a little cabin or something here in the woods, and I saw a couple zombies in that direction. Would also probably have a quick rest here. I'm not here to kill random zombies, right? We're trying to find that one survivor. I'm gonna poke a little bit, since these guys were like pulled in this direction by the helicopter, presumably. That maybe some others with better hearing were pulled a little bit further. Or, well, not just necessarily better hearing, maybe just some that were faster. I think those zombies were all slow ones. Really should have followed up on that survivor group before the helicopter event, because now they could be pretty much anywhere. Looks promising from the direction. Just gonna... Oh. Like, my mind is 100% with that fire axe now. Can't think of anything else. Except maybe having some deer venison for lunch. These are not the ones we're looking for. Oh, there's another group down here. Not the guy we're looking for, but I think it's kind of in the right direction. One thing with that random sprinter amount, as far as I understand it, like, zombies like that survivor group, so anything we've encountered already will have their speed already set, right, when they spawned in. But any new zombies we find will then roll the die. On the one hand, I think I can be. I don't have to be super careful if we're just chasing the guys we already know. We already know that they're not sprinters. But on the other hand, anybody here could be a new one. We don't know if these are the old ones. Brings us almost back to home base. I think we're gonna loop back around in the direction of the survivor group. I'm not gonna end the day before I don't find that zombie with that axe. Yes, the one problem is though, I'm talking about axes, I'm on my last axe. So, kinda doing the unreasonable thing of trying to avoid zombies here now. Just running around trying to find that one guy. In the middle of a forest. I ran out of smart ideas, so I'm following the bad ideas now. Yeah, I do have a semi-smart idea. So the big log piles that we rested at near the McCoy estate, right? They didn't just have logs in them. They had other stuff in them. So I'm wondering if we maybe find some long sticks in these log piles here. Two saplings. That's all 5 long sticks. No, we're now a little bit over encumbered. Come out of the trees and see if we see any sign of any more zombies in the open field. I know there's one more zombie in the trees down there, but it's not the one I'm looking for. Nimble level up. That's always nice. Build them kind of here, right? But way too far north already. I mean, is there a chance that they might have wandered off north? Maybe. One test here. Maybe they kind of went a little bit here east and then south towards the helicopter sounds. No one around. How did we find so many of the zombies that were part of that initial group? At least I'm assuming they were. I think I remember that that school backpack zombie. One guy we're looking for is nowhere to be found. Really, that watch put me over? I'm gonna head home. Put away the saplings. Refill my water. If we can, I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more flints, so I can make some more access, and maybe we do one more trip towards that house and that area around there. Although, on second thought, maybe we should just get that shelter done. Yeah. Alright, so carve long sticks. I had 5. Yeah. Building. Shelter. 5 long sticks. 1 log. 2 racks, 4 stones. Don't have enough stones here. Okay, let me just all this stuff. I mean, that should be the easiest part, right? Couple stones from here. Give me the 4th stone here. How many racks was it? do it because you're standing too far away from the materials. What about here? Okay. Wonderful. Look at that. Civilization. So if we now pick up the sleeping bag, put it inside the shelter, we get average sleeping comfort. Alright, hang on, we gotta have our friends there too. The other great thing is we have some storage space here. So instead of having all that crap on the ground, we can have crap in the tent. Which is a fantastic update. We can actually just fill these cans. But what we're going to do now is we grab the flints. I'm fairly certain we can also just make this with twine instead of rags, so I don't need to start ripping up all these clothes. That's something I'm kind of dreading. We have this huge pile of clothes there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend 2 days just standing there ripping clothes. Right, so I bet I can't actually do the flints right now. Because I need a hammer or at least a stone. That one more stone here? And let's do X. Actually, I should also favorite that and add that to my hotbar. I feel like we're going to be making a lot of X's in this run. Now I'm going to leave the twine and the stone here, since this is kind of our crafting station now. This is in the backpack. I went through most of our fresh food reserves. Let's rest up. I don't know. Pile here. Place the boots with the other spare shoes. Not super late. I think we can do one more quick trip then towards the farmhouse there, or the woodcutter's shack, or whatever you want to call it. Or maybe not. Maybe we do that another time. All right. Yeah, I don't want to be out there while drowsy. That just means we're going to lose our extra ability faster. We're not particularly swimming in axes. You've seen how quickly they deteriorate. Now, that being said, it's also a little bit too early to go to sleep right away, so I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening doing a little bit foraging in the fields here, see if we can get some more food, and then we're gonna sleep up, and then for the next day, I'm gonna chase the white whale, the zombie with the axe, see if we can find them, and we're gonna check out the surrounding areas, the surrounding farmhouses. Maybe somewhere we could find a vehicle. That would be so great. For now, we're gonna put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.